finishing week 8 of our first quarter, our fall quarter. Um, what do I need for my calabash? I believe to return to the work-life balance of personal care, um, because sometimes I start off strong, but the first thing to go typically is me, um, and not necessarily others, or you know, just being a mama, taking care of those needs. Um, One thing that I would, would want to do better as a teacher is staying on top of the grading. So definitely do that. But doing more self-care things, work-life balance, um, trying to figure it all out. Just, yeah, just trying to figure it out. Yeah, boy.
So, so we know, and we checking with Mama Imani. We need to say, how's that work-life balance going? How's that work-life balance going? So we need to make a note to check up on you and see how everything is going with that. Because yes, we gotta feed ourselves. We gotta feed and balance ourselves. But it's a dance. So thank you for sharing, Mama. Anybody else want to go? Anyone else want to go? What is in your calabash that you adore, that you need to take out, or what you need to put in your calabash to get it to balance? Anyone, or I'll go just down the line. Amari. We'll go to you next, Amari. Even though I know she's our note taker. We'll go to Amari.
Right now there isn't much. I do want to get out more and hang out with my family more, which I will be doing towards the end of Thanksgiving. My dad's going to be visiting, so we're going to be hanging out a lot that weekend.
Okay, awesome. Well, all right, so family goals are on there. So we'll write them down, schedule them if we need to be, and we'll do the family goals. Excellent, love it. Mama Asha, check in with us. Let us know, do you need anything? I heard they're deploying the National Guard. I don't know how much of a help that'll be, but check in with us. How are you? How can we help you during this time?
Well, hi everybody. Um, I mean, it's very clear now, but that's like how it normally is just before a storm, and people are still like bustling a bit to get a few of those last bits together before the storm. I'm pretty good in terms of supplies and stuff. I'm down by my parents' house, so we're going to be here for the duration of the storm. I just have to go back to my place and get a few stuff, gather a few things so we're comfortable and come back down. So that's what I'm going to do at the after I leave here. Um, in terms of what I need, pretty much I am trying to get um Coralina and Jaya to just get the ball rolling with their final project, which is a portrait drawing, right? Um, I did ask, well, Coralina was in when I asked if she could just send me her reference photo that she's going to use for that drawing today. Um, Jaya, he left before I asked that question, so I mean, yeah, just to get that, I just want him to start. So by next week, Wednesday, they should be almost there with completing that final project piece. And hi, Navina, nice to see you.
Daniel Bona.
Excellent. I can't wait to see that. I think portraits, I don't know, that just seems like it's so hard for me. If it doesn't, I'm a lines. I think I could maybe do a house because there's some lines in there. Uh, portrait seems like it's such a challenge, but I can't wait to see. That's definitely the two who can probably do that.
Coralina and Jaya are very talented. Like,
Yeah.
feel like they already know the things I'm teaching now. Like, Y'all already know this. What else can I give you? Trying to step up the challenge for them in classes.
I love it. I love it. Please keep us posted about how we can help and support. Please, 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 please.
Thank you.
Yes.
All right.
Okay. Oh, she sent it now. Noveen, what's a senior calabash?
Yeah, boo. Right now I'm just trying to because sometimes I forget. So I'm just trying to make sure I have a schedule and a list because sometimes I forget my work tasks and I'll be rushing to do them at the last minute. And another thing, well, outside of work is right now I'm trying to take my test and get my learner's permit and work towards getting a driver's license because once I get that, I can apply and get my work study job. So I know I have always have a mode of transport on hand. And so I'm not relying on my mom to take me.
Love it.
Whoa,
More.
whoa, whoa, whoa,
Absolutely.
whoa.
I love it. So we'll have to check in on Nofina. Say, how's the driving going, girl? How's the driving? All right. And your siblings, they always say, well, my siblings went driving today. They keep us up to date. So, oh, we look forward to that. All right, Mama Erica, what's in your calabash?
Oh, so I think for me, it is a season of resting and figuring out exactly where I'm going next. Yeah, I think I have like a million ideas. And I try and I want to do all of them. And so I've got to sit down somewhere and just, prioritize and figure out what my, what mission I really want to focus on. And so that's on the personal side. And academic, we're doing, the scholars are doing well in their class, in the class. And we're just moving forward. And then this is on, and it's kind of on a political side. Um, read your, make sure when you go vote, don't just vote based on what the title of something is, because I'm going to pull this up. I screenshotted because they are really being tricky here. Extremely, extremely tricky with everything. Let me go to all photos. And this is what I found out, and I want to do a kind of a live every day up until voting, to go over what, at least here in Texas, and then maybe some of the major amendments. Um, but let me go ahead and read and let me. So this is supposed to be. Um, it is a constitutional amendment in the state of Texas, about protecting the right of parents to raise their children. And that's how it is positioned. So, like, who would not vote yes for that, right? However, if you read it, it says a parent has the right to care, custody, and control of their children, yada, yada, yada. And then it goes on and says the state or a political subdivision of the state shall not interfere with the rights of a parent described by subsection A of this section unless the interference is one, essential to further a compelling governmental interest, or two, narrowly tailored to accomplish that compelling governmental interest. So this proposed constitutional amendment shall be submitted to the voters at an election to be held on November 4th, and it's going to be called in the ballot the constitutional amendment establishing parents as the primary decision makers for their children. So even though everybody's like, oh, what's wrong with that? That's good. No, wherever I Googled, nowhere does it, even when I go to texas.state.gov, it doesn't give you the whole thing. You have to dig and find out the whole thing. So when you say yes, you are giving the government the rights to say, oh, we have an interest, you know, so let's take your children, or let's do this with your children, or let's do that with your children. It is so sneaky. So I do have another new mission, and that is to go live and read all of these amendments in their entirety, at least once a day, or one a day, or something leading up to the elections, because we need to know what we're really voting on. That is so insane and so sneaky.
I agree. I just shake my head. I'm coming to live with Mama Asha.
I know she's gonna have
That's
to make room for all of us, cause
yes. I don't care. I'll get my storm doors ready. I'm coming to
yeah,
stay with Mama Asha.
I gotta
All
get
right.
my GOOD bag, my get out of Dodge bag,
Yes,
ready.
I'm for real. I'm like, okay, this is ridiculous. Oh my goodness. So thank you for that. And definitely if I see it, I will share it. You're there with my girl Jasmine. Jasmine Crockett. Girl
Oh
Jasmine.
yes, yes, yep,
Yeah, my
yep,
girl
yep,
Jasmine. I be
yep.
like,
She
girl,
don't
you better
play. She gonna
tell
tell it. She
you
gonna
better
tell it.
tell them. That's my
Yes, she
girl.
is. She's fighting for us.
Yeah, I gotta donate to her thing. That's my girl right there. Jan, I feel like that's my cousin. Girl, go ahead. Yeah, it's something. That's all I can say. Is it's something. So I'll definitely look for your lives and share it. Hey, I am so serious. I'm trying to figure it out because this ain't it. So Jamaica has space. Yes, I'll figure it out. So say what, Sydney. I know you're unable to talk. We're just talking about what's in our calabash. You know that calabash of balance, the good things we have in there, things we need to take out so that our bowl can sit upright. So if you're able to put in the chat, that's fine, or tell us later. I think I got everyone. Oh, and my calabash. My calabash is full, y'all. My calabash is full. So I'm figuring out how to place stuff just right to balance everything. Cause I've been like, oh, I'm tired this week. I'm tired. I'm happy, but I'm tired. Like Mama Erica, just figuring out where the stuff goes in the calabash and where I need to place my energy in this and stay balanced in this chaos. It is truly chaos. And so every day it's just to stay balanced and not let it overcome you, overwhelm you. And so that's just where we are. So you all bring me joy. Well, so hold on, keep a calabash balance. All right, so thank you everyone, and we look forward to say why Sydney or y'all Sydney when you're ready to share and let us know. So we're going to move forward. I put the agenda in the chat, and a lot of it is just updates. And what do you think? So we should be going through really quickly. We're going to start with Amari. Your three things are next.
Everyone, okay, hold on. Hey, Mom. Sorry about that. So, what we have, our first things, we have the union updates. I can send the Google form. Just to remind everyone, the to select a committee, for the family reunion. Just one moment. We also have a survey. We have a bunch of surveys going on, but the first one here is for selecting a committee for the family reunion. Um, Right now, we're still in the process of that, but that committee is basically, that forum is basically to choose whichever committee you want to go into to help build the family reunion or graduation up, like to help everyone out if you would like to. Parents can also help, so we're going to be sending that out next parent meeting as well. There isn't a date for that one, I don't think. So you can complete it whenever you feel. We also have a survey for when you will be able to, let's see. All right, we have the form for the parent-teacher conference, basically selecting when you'll be available for the parent-teacher conference in November. Oh, the family reunion is going to be happening in June. Similar to when we had it with Aya. So it's pretty far off, but we're just preparing it. Here's the form for the parent-teacher conference. And then we already have the agenda for the family reunion committee. Let me post that as well. This will just show you the timeline for the family reunion committee. You can just look through that. Because I can also help you if you're going to be filling out the form. It'll also help you see what we'll be doing when it'll be happening. And then that should be it. There's also the senior meeting, which will be happening after the parent meeting on November 4th at 7 p.m. in the calendar. But yes, that should be it so far with the different forums and meetings.
Okay. So as y'all have that, I will peruse and go through those things. I have to go in an order or else my brain meshes. So the problem is I will come back to all of those questions. I have to go in an order or my brain something malfunctions. The other thing too, thank you, Amari. That's how my form person who keeps me together. Because if we have a question about something, we go to the forum. It's easier than me trying to remember what everybody says. So please bear with us in the forums. That's how I stay organized. So number one, the first thing, Amari did create the master sheet. I hope you all had a chance to look at the master sheet. It has all the families' names. It has the emergency contact that, Amari, can you put that in the chat as well? It has the emergency contact form that Mama Ericka suggested, just in case we're on the phone with in class with a scholar, an emergency happens. So that was a great idea that Mama Ericka and Mama Imani, I can't remember y'all together. So you have that. You have all the classes that the families are registered for. Media release if they filled it out. So if you know whether or not to share certain things to promote, that spreadsheet is on there. If we need to see common support issues with scholars, that sheet is there. So we will have this master sheet every single time that has the whole family in there and the what's what, so that we all can be on the same page, because we don't see each other that often. But if you can bookmark this would be great. Let me know what you need on there, but this will have all the scholars information and it'll be helpful as we build. So that sheet is there. Thank you, Amari, for working on this, because this was trying to figure out how to do this sheet was interesting. So as always, suggestions are welcome. The next thing is parent teacher surveys. We've sent out surveys to the students. I mean, the student family surveys. We sent out surveys to the students when I meet with the parents. Tuesday after next, we'll have a survey for them to kind of gather a little feedback about the journey so far, so that we're in touch about how to make this all work for all of us. So at our next meeting, we will share the results once we have all the student surveys back, and it's real short. It's like 5 questions. So we're hoping to get as many surveys back as possible. And so we'll share that the next meeting. And if there are any survey questions that you would like to have, please let us know. Any feedback that you want. I know Amari, she did that. She did that. Okay. The other thing is Sewa Nolu's card. I finally heard back from Sewa Nolu, and she was like, I thought I responded. She has lost 3 people in the last, maybe in 3 weeks, 3 or 4 weeks. And so she said it's been very tough for her. And it's the only reason why she hasn't been like responding in any chat. She had to mute them and focus on business because it was hard. So we do have a card for her. If when you get a chance, if you all can fill that card out. She just said it's very hard. Or I don't know, sometimes she's been muting her WhatsApp. So either way, if or send her some wise words, some love. So the card is there. I don't know if you can voice in the card, but we do want to make sure I'm gonna get the students to also fill it out in the class and just send her some sunshine, because she said it's been very hard. I think a former best friend to a gunshot, and I'm thinking stuff like, what that happened over there? I don't know why. Maybe I'm just not real on list. And she lost one to a gunshot and 2 family members to cancer. And this has been within the last month. And she said, I'm just very sad. I'm just been trying to grapple with it, as you should. But she was also sorry it took me so long to get back to you. I'm like, girl, sis, say why no. So divine time. So any kind of ways that you can reach out to her and send her some love and some sunshine, please do that when you have a moment. And we're gonna make sure that we get her a collective card to let her know we're thinking about her, and to send her the sunshine that she has given in the past. So keep her in your thoughts, y'all. Keep her in your thoughts. All right. So some general updates that I'm going to go through. We did not have, I don't know, Liberated Minds just didn't come on. I'm moving forward. I'm tired anyway, and that's okay. But the goal is, you all, I will be, as I go through business and they do the business plan, which I'll get at the end of next month at my graduation. Um, the goal will be to align with some homeschools, you all. That's going to be the goal, to align with homeschools. Of course, they will be vetted, but just to bring them into the classes that we have. And so that's going to be part of the alignment that will happen. I physically go for another, of course, here, I physically go for a homeschool, but I'm thinking that we can plug in to certain, because a lot of them are going in person and they're taking some classes online. Like one of my students, she's in the homes class and she takes classes online. So I'm going to work with that part as well. It's connecting with other homeschools. So if you all, have homeschools in your area, and a lot of the collabs, like this particular collab only meets Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And so they're open to some other classes and they've been doing it for a while. So if you have homeschoolers in your area, hopefully sometime soon, we will have a book I'm redoing the website, redoing the catalog, and we will have a book that can go directly to homeschool. And so if y'all have it in that area or even recommend that would be interested, send them to me. I'll make the call, I'll make the connection. I'll set up to be with them one on one. And I think that's a great way to do that is we're going to connect with people who already have people because we're doing the work. We're trying to do the work. I realize y'all, some people they not doing the work. They getting the people. And then they find the people to do the work. We're gonna get out of doing both. We're gonna go to the people that have the people and get into the work. And I think that would be our next steps to make things happen. So in my business class, accelerator business, I forgot what the other E stands for. That's the thing as well. SMART goals. They wanted me to create a SMART goal. So our goal is to try to increase by 5 every single 9 weeks. To try to increase by 5 families to get them enrolled in multiple classes every 9 weeks. So I want to keep doing that, and eventually the numbers will go up. And so what I'm thinking about doing for the open houses, and I would take some feedback on this, is make them subject specific instead of just a general open house during these times. Because I know families start looking for April, we can do a general open house, but during these times from October to April, doing subject specific open houses to make us thought leaders in our subject. I've really been people that have been approaching me, asking me questions, opportunities that have come up is like people are looking for thought leaders. Like one of the ways would be like we teach an element, the elements that we teach in our class. Everybody has an element of literacy. Everybody has an element of culture. Everybody has a little a connection with something culture, literacy, self-awareness, empowerment, like really focusing on the themes of what we teach in our classes and being a thought leader. So the next open house I will do will be on, come on y'all, come let me help you with your ELA, your literacy. Y'all want a class? We're doing a workshop on literacy. And so I'm thinking about doing that. So if anybody is free and available, we can put together a schedule and do like a power hour, like what's what in science, what's what in math, what's what in art, and to really let people open up and come see us as thought leaders. And so that is one of the goals that I have. In addition to partnering with homeschools. So let's say like we put together a schedule. Everybody say, oh, I could do an hour on this day. I don't care what day it is. And then maybe we put together a list, a flyer of come get some help with best tips for this, that, and the other. I did it all last year. First Tuesdays, I did an open house for parents. And so just having an open house to say best tips for these classes and taking that flyer and sending it to homeschools. And so that is my idea. If you are down, if you are interested, or oh, my headphones. Not if you are down. I'm not going to say if you are down. If you are up and you're interested in doing something like that, please let me know. And we will work on the flyer. And again, it'll be a power 30 minutes, 7 tips, 5 tips. And here are some free resources, So just those things. If you are interested, please let me know. And that is something that eventually I want to have granted. And so, as you see on the thing, I'm looking for best days Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday, probably 6 to 7. It won't be an hour and a half. It'll be like 6 to 7. I'm gonna change that. Eastern time, I forget EST, Eastern time. And then the recommendation is to have a Saturday morning. But even if we have something pre-recorded and people come in, watch the pre-recording, and then there's live questions. So let me know if you would be interested so that we can go ahead and get a flyer and get it out to these homeschool organizations and have them come and then connect with you all any type of way. And so in the agenda, you will see those recommendations for open houses. So that is kind of what I'm going to be working with. Because at the which brings me to, and stop me if y'all have questions. I'm just trying to share the information without. Okay, so that follow up brings me to the early childhood conference. I enjoyed it because I got to meet another person who does funding and granting. I'm excited about that part. I did get to connect with some other people who are teaching artists. I mean, who are artists. And there's one other person I connected with. I forgot. Oh, the lady that does the conference. What she wanted with homeschool didn't happen with homeschool because she's a daycare conference. And so I was like, okay, if you want to build that portion, we can. But she really did not have a homeschool part to her conference, and she would like to. So we're actually in the same business cohort, and I'm going to work with her because she had a nice little following, but most of them were daycare people. So what I learned from there was again partnering with daycare and homeschool, people that already got people and plugging in and doing the work. As a matter of fact, that brought me to another triple grant that I'm working on. So I need everybody to think in that area. What are some things that, what we would offer to groups, would that be the same as what we are doing now? Because that is the easiest way that I'm thinking to lighten our load in this journey and to also maximize what we are doing. So that is something to think of because the most important thing that I saw parents buying was books. So as you're working, I know Mama Erica, did you finish your book? You finished your booklet?
Not yet. Okay, so you were saying what we offer to groups or
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So let me tell you this. When I went, what I do now is I sit with homeschool leaders and say, okay, y'all class, either they can be integrated, if I know the people, either they can be integrated directly into what we're doing at Your Youth Academy, or I will give them a price to have a separate course for them. So that's something that for you all to think about as we approach homeschoolers. Like, hey, we can have your science class. It'll be a virtual class, and this is the price that we can offer your homeschool collab. And that would be your option, you know, if they want to come into the Yates Academy class. Of course, we have to go. I mean, well, no, because I would trust y'all to set the tone for the people that's coming in. Yeah, I ain't worried. I ain't worried. So that's y'all space. And so that and it fell through with Liberated Minds this year. But I go physically to a co-op and I teach AP African American Studies. So to lighten our load of trying to always go in and bring in individuals, the goal is to approach homeschool groups. And like your science club is amazing. And I think that would gain so much traction. So I posted that and I started sharing that with everyone. So like having science clubs, so I'm thinking the science class that you offer, I'm sure is different from the science club that you're going to do, right? So that's for the space where I need us all to be in. Like I know Mama Asha has done her art classes for community. And so we are going to focus on the next few months of, seeing what would change and doing brochure for homeschoolers. And then for me, it'd be for daycare. I'm going into a daycare. And then I got a whole community center where she's like, can you do blah, 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 blah. So this is an opportunity for you all, and even in your own area. You know what I'm saying? If you choose to go somewhere physically, you would say, this is what I can do for homeschool. And that is what I have seen right now is more beneficial as people are not, waving between virtual and in person. You can have a homeschool program that you do for people. Okay. It's not, I'm just, I would say, when is it due? If you all can take the first week of November to meditate on it and decide what you want, then we'll just let it come together organically. I don't want to rush it. We're still in this year and building things out. I would just say if you take that first week, think about what would I offer a homeschool group? And it may be similar to what you already have, but I think that's just going to maximize our efforts. So yeah, take some time to think about it in that break, right? And so that's what I learned at the so it was a great to be at the conference. My table, I got a table. Excited. Y'all, I didn't know what was gonna be on the table. The table was nice, y'all. So now we have an official table. So I will be going out to more homeschool events around this city and boosting the virtual academy. And so I'm set up for that. And so excellent. I just have a notebook where they can look through different services. And I know I share with you all if anybody wants to do transcript plans for people, I've already laid everything out if you want to offer that as a side service. And I started doing literacy plans because people started emailing me. Another thing homeschoolers want to know, how's my baby doing? How's my baby doing? So if you all have any type of assessments, that would help for them in your subject, that's another idea. And so that's what I learned at the conference too, because people are like, how my baby doing? How I'm gonna assess. So those are some things to think about. Okay. Those are some things to think about. All right. So let me know what y'all thinking, and we're going to let it come organically. We're not gonna push it, y'all. We're not gonna push it. We're gonna roll into it organically. Okay. Some other quick grants updates. I did apply for the VELA grant. If it doesn't go through this time, through my membership with Virginia Black Chamber of Commerce, they work on 2 grants for me. So if it don't come through this time, they're gonna hear from Virginia Black Chamber of Commerce. And so I'm still looking for $10,000 to seed the scholarship program. I'm not wavering. So I want $10,000 and we can disseminate it between classes for the scholarship fund. So I will keep y'all updated on that. But other than that, there are some other grants. Verizon is on offers grants, and so I might get Virginia Black Chamber of Commerce to also work on the Verizon grant. So the goal is just to have so much scholarship money coming in that we can really help our families. Yeah, we can really help our families. And of course, y'all have the money. Y'all will have the money there designated to your class. So that is the goal. Another thing that I found out is something called the Kiva loan. Has anybody heard about the Kiva?
No, I haven't.
Okay, so the Kiva loan, and this is something that we may be doing next year as well. What happens? It's your community-based loan. It's not a conventional loan from the bank. What happens with the Kiva loan, and we will be applying for it next spring. Somebody has to vet you. So, but I'm with Virginia Black Chamber of Commerce. They're on the vetting committee. So, I'm a member. So you sit with an intake officer and you tell them your big plan about what you would like to happen. And of course, ours would be centered around scholarship materials, creating, content for our children. And so once you sit with the intake officer, you give them a dollar amount. And so the first part of what they ask is, can you get like 10 or whatever people to donate $25? All right. So once you get your smaller community to donate that $25, then they say, okay, you have proven that you are a community supported organization. They then open it up to their investors, all the people, banks or whatever, and they get to contribute to your funds. That fund becomes a loan to you. And so they said, this woman said she got her check within a month. She asked for $10,000. They raised that. She started this process only took about 3 months. I don't even know if it was 3 months. And they direct deposited the check to her. So people are willing to contribute because they get their money back. So once you start paying it back, the people who invested, they get their money back. And so it's not a conventional loan, it's a community supported loan, and they will give you the dollar amount that you're asking for. You just got to be good with the stories. So that's something that you all can look out for in your areas as well. If you want to do an individual Kiva loan, look into that. There are some people that they will take you in and talk about it. But I heard the process is smooth. So Kiva Loan is another way that you all can begin to get money for your business. And as I learn about it, I will let y'all know. Okay. Library time. And Ntombikayise, I would love to hear your feedback as well. We are sending high scholars. First of all, the library time started as the AP. Now we are sending high scholars who need support to the library time so that they can get that support in the second 9 weeks. So if you have a high scholar that needs a boost, you can communicate with Ntombikayise and they can go and get some extra help in in the subject. I just sent her what they're working on, what they need help with. And so that's a scholar support. And Ntombikayise, did you want to add anything else to that about that process or what you would need?
Yeah, but if I do receive a high scholar to support, I would need specifically what they would need help with and what you would like them to focus on while getting the support. Um, that would be very much helpful when you send a high scholar my way to get support.
So yes, if you have a high scholar, just who's it? Oh, and you can replace her. Right. So, the next thing I wanted to talk to y'all was Jaya. Or Ntombika, you said she's no, it's not full time. She's there. What's your library hours?
3 p.m. to 4:30.
On Wednesdays?
Yeah, but
Okay, because yeah, the high school schedule is so heavy on Monday and Wednesdays. So right now that is the time. And there are a couple of other things I'm gonna ask Ntombikayise about eventually. Okay, so again, high scholars, reach out to Ntombikayise. We'll add them to the library time class and they can get that support. Because I ain't even one of the scholars I cover for Mama Adia. And I was like, I don't know how to make a presentation. Oh, I don't have time to show you right now in the middle of the class. So I need to send you library time. And so that's the extra support we have for high scholars. Now, Jaya, y'all that have Jaya, I met with his parents and I need to over the break put together his transcript from the class he had at Aya and the class he's taking now. In there, I have listed this is the school that they will be applying to for Jaya. And so the application is going to be in January. They'll be going to the open house on Sunday. Is that the 27th? Sunday to see the information that they need. The reason I am sharing is because I need to, where's the academics? I need to go here because you know how they do us sometimes. And I need to match up as best as possible what classes we've taken with us and at with us, the classes we've taken with us, and I need to match them up. Okay. So I'll see, I think melanin science. Is that biology or chemistry? Melanin science.
He, black body biochemistry, I think last year, which is a biochemistry, so it's biology and chemistry. Generally, it's a 2-year course and covers so over get of your knowledge.
Would you,
And am I freezing?
a little bit. It's breaking up just a little
Oh,
bit.
okay, let me. Okay, so he took black body biochemistry last year, I believe, and
Oh,
that
okay.
would be a biochemistry class. So the
Okay.
full year, 2 years, it would have been a full year of biology, a full year of chemistry, but it's considered a biochemistry class. The
Okay.
year before, he took uh, the earth science class.
Mm-hmm.
That was me. So
Yes, earth
earth science.
science. We
Yes.
did see that. So we talked about that. So I need, if you teach
And,
Jaya,
and he did, pardon me, he did do the Mbongi as
yes,
well.
yes, we
So he
talked
did
about that.
Melanin Matters with the and the Mbongi. So he's done, yeah, Melanin Matters is life science, earth
Mm-hmm.
science,
Mm-hmm.
biochemistry. He's taken all of those.
Okay, so yeah, so that's what I have to match up. So I believe we talked about the science. On our side, he's done, but sometimes schools will only take a certain amount of credits. So what I'm going to do is I am going to match up as best as possible. So if you have that link, and if you teach Jaya or have taught Jaya, can you please, like my class is not gonna say elevation literacy, say English 9, the little boring titles. So if you have taught Jaya, if you could look on there and see where your class matches up so we can do the translation dance for these people. He will be applying in January. I'm going to do a preliminary transcript in November from eighth grade and middle school and ninth grade. And so that's where we are with Jaya. All right. Any questions about that? Yes, they were Sydney.
So he's gonna try out the public high school experience
Yes,
or
he wanted to do this last year, and I don't think he made it.
oh,
He was trying to apply here last year, and they had him in a lottery and they had him in the wait list, which is why he came so late this year. So they're gonna try again next year.
got you. I feel a little bit sad about that because he has really been struggling in my class.
Mm-hmm.
Not only in terms of discipline and turning things in, but also like he won't even read. Like he had a full almost meltdown the other day because he didn't want to read in front of people. And
Mm-hmm.
so I don't even feel like he's ready for that setting. Like they're gonna eat him up. I don't feel like
Mm-hmm.
he's gonna get the love and support. So yeah, that makes me really sad.
Yes. And so it's just like I can only be objective. When I'm sitting and these parents with the meeting, and I only try to show them the love that we have so that if they see and make them a decision to pivot, then they know we have them up open arms. I've just learned that, yeah, it is sad. Apparently that's not the best option that I feel, but again, parents are going to do what they think is best for their children. And so I am just doing on our end to support them in what they feel is right and keeping an open arms. Because again, I am sad about that as well. However, I just have to put myself in a position of I'm going to do what I can to support you since you believe that this is the best experience for your child. He is going to have to go to Ntombikayise for support. Um, Yeah, that's all I can say on that. I said, Mommy Imani, you were going to say something?
I was just wondering if Sewa Sydney reached out to his parents to let them know as well. Um, and just also, just affirm them that we're here.
Mm-hmm. That's
That's
it.
the best that
We're
we can
here.
do. But also to let them know, they may be aware of that, but also teachers letting them know that Jaya is still very tender and this is a safe space. And, just I don't want nobody messing with my Jaja. You know what I'm saying? like,
Yeah.
So yeah, well, but just to let them know that, um, just to let them know in the event they may know this already. However, it's just that's one thing that I did at Aya is that because when I sat in classes with the middle scholars was just touching base with the parents. Um, in the event that if the teachers had not, just to let them know, you know, kind of what's going on. Um, and how to support, how we can support, and then also how they're going about supporting.
Yeah. I know I will be sending out a message. I'm going through his grades to say that he's going to need the support of the library time. So that message, I met with them just to talk about the transcript. And it's just, again, people have these ideas about what their child needs for success. And so it's a college preparatory school. They're looking at that. Um, and I believe it was, maybe he did, Mommy Money, correct me if I'm wrong. He expressed an interest in a brick and mortar. Is that what was happening?
Yeah, boo. He
Okay, and
wanted
so
more contact. He wanted more,
yes, so that's the
who knows,
thing.
his best friend may be attending that.
Okay, maybe. And
I
so
don't know.
that's what that is. So I'm going in objectively with love. I'm giving them the best that I have to support them on this journey. I'm giving them the love that we have.
Yeah, boo.
And so they would just need to decide to accept if they're going to accept whatever kind of love that's coming from that place. And
Mhm.
so that's it. It's just like the mamas when you got a co-parent. I'm gonna show you my loving side, and you just have to make the decision on the other side. But yeah, I will be in touch and say this is what he needs. Um, yeah, so that's that. I hear you. I hear you.
Say what, Sydney? I know that not last year, but the year that I had Jaya, it was a little bit difficult at first getting in touch, but I was finally able to get in touch with his parents, and I don't know if the email is better or a phone call or a text, but a text might be the best route to reach them so
Yeah,
that
boo.
they're
They respond. Yeah, boo.
I think all of those things are on the spreadsheet.
Mhm.
Yeah, but let me know because I've texted them, emailed them. We have meetings that we set up. They didn't forget their meeting. They were there. So please let us know how we can support you in the journey. And again, bringing in Ntombikayise to support on the journey with him. And then I've already sent Kadir to Ntombikayise. So those will be her babies this year.
yeah, and with Jaya, even if he is making that choice to go, he may, you know, the teacher, we may be able to maybe do a meeting with him and just do some fam. I know that last year in coding, um, he had some sad. He expressed sadness when he was asked to read, and he stumbled over his words a little bit, and then he didn't want to read anymore, and he turned off his camera for a bit. And Sewa Nolu, Mom, I think it was Mama Imani, they and I think I ended up stepping in for a moment, but they had a meeting with him, and it was just to support him, just to love on him and let him know how important his voice was to us and how much we loved to hear from him, regardless of whether there's a stutter or a not. And so we just supported him, and just supporting him. If it doesn't work out, then they're more likely to bring him back.
Yes, and that's why I want to. Well, I agree. So I'm providing the family as much support as possible. Um, okay. All right. Yeah, have a beautiful weekend. And so in Tombika, you say I want to get with you because I'm going to show you how I do the literacy test with middle scholars, and I want to show you how it works. Well, he's done it before, with high scholars as well as to work on some public speaking things. So those are some things, of course, incorporated with FAM, just really thinking about some public speaking in that sense. Because I don't think Kadia has ever given a presentation either. And so that would be two things that I would like. Well, but Jai has done a presentation, so I'm not sure. So we might need to hit the literacy part with him. And I will show you how that works, and that could be an extra job for you because that's part of the literacy plan. So we'll meet to talk about that to support him in that way. I just told his parents we'll support him. This support we were giving him anyway. And so again, we just want to make sure that we have open arms and we do our part, y'all. That's all we can do. Yeah. So that's it. Okay. The other stuff is really quick, y'all. Thank y'all for sticking in. We have bookmarks that the interns have done, and I was gonna use it as a tablecloth and a pull-up thing. What's the pull-up thing called? I don't know. What's it called? The thing you pull it up, you can snap down and pull it up. Nobody knows it's good.
A fan?
Is what's it called?
A
Like you,
fan?
no, you pull it. You go to when you people sit at a table and they have them things that they pull up and they set some kind of banner. It's a specific kind of banner.
Yeah,
Um,
it's the kind that you can extend. And you put it on a pole
yes.
and it rolls up and rolls out.
Yes. Retractable banner. That's what it's called.
Retractable banner, yes.
Okay. So there is the bookmark in the chat. Um, I think the second page is what I'm thinking about making it the retractable banner. So I would love for y'all to look at that and give me some feedback on that. I did little 8.5 and put it on canvas when I went to Vend, and it was very colorful and nice on the table. But I'm thinking about making that the pull-up banner, and just let me know what you think about that. Give me your feedback. What else should be on it? So that's that. In the matching tablecloth. So we'll have a tablecloth that looks like that and a pull-up banner. All right. So I would definitely love to have your feedback on that. Amari put the family reunion in the chat. I told you all last time some of the things that I was thinking about doing for the family reunion, like it would be an actual like family reunion. And so one of the things that's going to happen, I'm just going to give y'all only new updates. We're going to start meeting next month so that it could be light hands, many hands make light work. So that's what we're going to do. Did I hear a question really quickly? Or somebody saying something? No?
That was me, Mama Kemi. I apologize. I was unmuted. There was Noah
Okay.
talking.
All
Mhm.
right, Mama Asha, take care. And we're wrapping up. I'm not going to keep anybody too much longer. Okay. All right. Be safe and let us know what you need. Okay. All right, y'all. Less than 10 minutes, I'll be done. I told you about the tablecloth. Oh, the only thing I wanted to add for the family reunion is we're going to start next month so that everything can be taken care of. No rush. Everybody knows the prices of what everything will cost. So all of the stuff is on the outline. And the only update I have is for the actual family reunion part this Saturday. My Elevation and Literacy crew may be helping out with that with the activities. They've been talking about things that they're good at. So we have henna, art. And so they may have all of those activities going on during that time. That's going to be a part of their final classroom grade. So I am excited about that. So we're preparing for a real bona fide family reunion with family reunion activities and the whole thing. So I'm excited. If you have space, we'd love to have you. If you don't have space, we understand. We understand. I rely a lot on young energy and the young, they carry me through. They carry me through. When I ain't got it, the young people carry me through. So if you don't have space, I understand. Just if I send something out and you have a chance to look at it, that's fine. Parent teacher conference. Amari put that form in the chat. We're going to meet with the family, and you'll see the last thing I have on here is the calendar. We are going to meet with the families November 4th. And after that, I want to have a meeting for the senior family so we can get started on those things. And so in Ntombikayise, I would love to, I need to pull you in. So we need to have a meeting. I need to pull you in to help with kind of that senior journey. So if you're able to look at your calendar and see when we can meet, I want to get started on the senior journey. What do parents envision? What do the seniors want? And I really want them to do that final project where y'all have to do that the drawing. Yeah, I did it, Mama. My brain, y'all. Why is my brain? Amari told us about the all kinds of the campus.
Mama Afia,
Yes, my brain
Mama
jumped.
Afia's class.
Yes, I want them to do that project. I think that's very helpful. And so I would need some help guiding them through that. And just if you can help me with the seniors, get the seniors ready for everything they need. I would appreciate that. So we'll meet to get that going. And so early, I like to do stuff early. All right. Last but not least, y'all, here is the calendar that I need to make sure that everyone's aware of. Amari will make sure that the calendar is on Schoolworks. Amari, did you want to go over the dates, or you want me to do it?
I can do it. So as everyone can see, the end of the 9 weeks will be on October 31st, of the first 9 weeks. As mentioned before, the parent meeting on November 4th. The parent meeting will specifically start at 6 p.m. The senior meeting will start at 7. Grades will be due on the 3rd of November. From the 3rd to the 7th, we'll have Community Connection Week. Report cards will be sent on the November 4th as well. First Fridays will be on November 7th. The open house for ELA will be on November 7th as well as all second 9 week payments will be due. Then from November 10th to the 21st, we'll have an instruction period, which includes the facility meeting before the break. And then for November 24th to 28th, we'll have a family break altogether. And then there's a full year calendar, which Mama Kemi, would you like me to put that into the chat?
Yes, you can. Okay.
Okay.
So these are our dates. I need everybody to look at them. Do you have any questions, comments, concerns? And really be thinking about what you're going to give for this November 3rd through the 7th. That doesn't require too much of you, you know? We want them to have a time of rebalance, so we also want you all to rebalance. So think about those things that can be self-driven by the scholars and still give them a chance to rest a little bit. All right. Any questions about this calendar? All right. And the very last thing, everyone, is we are set for demonstrations on December 15th at 6:30. That is the after that we will be on break to January 12th. So I just need to know who will be ready, who wants to share with their class on that date, December 15th. Who will be ready to share what they've been doing and growing and with the community so we can start to get that out and get people signed up for that. That's it, y'all. Only 8 minutes. Oh, 8 minutes.
Will that be at the end of the second marking period or kind of in the middle
No,
of the
it'll
second
be
period?
halfway through.
Okay.
Because we have 2 weeks of direct instruction in November and 2 weeks of direct instruction in December. So that'll be halfway through.
Able.
Okay. So Amari, we'll set a date. Like, what's today? 24th. Let's set a date at least. Well, by the end of the break, I'll let everybody, look at their grades, look at their projects. And so by November 7th, if we can know who wants to do something, then
Okay. And I would like to just ask, I know there's only three of us as teachers, but Amari and Ntombikayise may know, how is my schoolwork working out? And if there are areas that it's not working out, what alternatives have you used?
For me, I haven't been using Schoolworks like a student, as a as a person who troubleshoots with it. There are certain things I feel that are a bit tricky, that you have to like learn or have to work around like having multiple emails. That's something you can't necessarily have, or you can't have the same email for the same thing. Like for example, with Mama Imani, she couldn't have her one email for as a parent and a teacher. She had to have two separate ones. So keeping track of stuff like that. Um, Sometimes the messages they don't work as like a normal Gmail message would, where you could edit them. But on my end, I think it's easy to use. Um, but I don't know about using it like a student.
How's it working for you, Mama Kemi?
I think I just make it work. So if you could, I know you're working on everything, I would love to explore the Moodle, if you don't mind being the contact on it, to see what will happen. And yeah, we would just have to see the cost and yeah, see the cost and what the transition will be like. So if you're okay with that, eventually looking into Moodle, I know definitely, maybe for next year, or if we switch it forward, and just if you don't mind being the contact and letting me know, so we can, yeah, because I may be one of the things that we'll write the grant for, you know what I'm saying, to get that done. We might include that in our grant. I just been making it work.
Okay. Well, the reason I was asking is just because I needed some support on that as well, making it work. And for example, if the scholars do something in Google Docs, they how they email me the link
Yeah,
side email rather than, and yeah, they can't like put it in the assignment.
they can't. Yeah, you can't. And then you
And
got to download everything to look
download
at.
everything. Yes. And
Yeah, I
then
made a
see
list. I got a whole list.
okay. So how are you, what are you doing to make it work? That's what I was just wondering. So I can
I would say
figure
I
out
would
too.
have to say share the document with me at this email address. Mama Adia is not looking at it. She's not using it at all. She created a Google folder and they are submitting it there. So I mean, if it's enough of us that say we're gonna pivot and this is what we're gonna pivot to, I don't have I'm not gonna say it on the recording about what I will do to get out of this. But if there's enough of us that say, hey, we're gonna pivot and we have the means financially, I'm okay. We'll put a transition plan into play. And so I guess the biggest thing will be deciding maybe, by December, because the scholars get almost a month off. And that's a great transition time. So, if we want to explore options at our next meeting and then put the transition into place during the break, that would be the best bet if we're not going to wait till next year. So that would be my feedback in that. Because I don't even get when people submit an assignment, I don't know. I'm going there by accident. Oh, y'all submit an assignment. So that's the part that's like, did y'all turn it in? And I got to look at it.
Right. And
So
then you can't
that's
even see it. I don't appreciate not being able to see it. I have to download.
exactly. So that's the thing, y'all. If we are, so Amari, let's put that on our to-do list. That by the next meeting, we're gonna make a decision. Do we want to pivot? Will the pivot happen after second? No, that's still in the middle of the second 9 weeks. So that's the thing that we need to get feedback from all together. And then if
But it
that's
might be something internal that we're talking about. And if we, like you're saying, if things fall into place, perhaps the second time that we're on break,
yeah, December.
we can ask the teachers to start taking a look at this other option if we're pivoting in that direction. We haven't pivoted yet, but
No,
start
we haven't.
looking for the first break. I think we need to look at that,
Yeah,
the
we'll have a
option,
meeting right before the first break. And so we
because
can
we will
set
have to get
aside.
ready and get everything. If I'm saying if we do that pivot, it's gonna
Yes,
have
it's gonna
to
have
get ready for the third market. Yeah, the
to.
third marketing period. Yeah,
Hmm.
both.
So the thing about what Mama Ericka was saying is that Moodle has to be built. And
Ah.
so, yes, but best believe, and when these grants come through, I'll be like, Mama Ericka, what do we need? What do we
Mm.
need? And so, but until then, let's talk and let's see what the costs will be because I'm paying them a certain amount per month. And so we would see. So again, Mama Ericka, if you have the space, that'd be great. Or if you can forward the information to Amari, and we'll begin to look at that, like what's required. Do we need what everybody needs, what everybody prefers, and then do we need to present them with these are the options that we need? Because my other school uses Dream Class, and they got stuff there that I don't like. I was like, I don't understand how to do this. So it's like everything has its pros and cons. So that is something that we definitely will spend a lot of time in November talking about. And so, everybody think about that. And so November, we'll make a decision in November and see if we have some time to research the Moodle.
Okay, that sounds good. That sounds good. And yes, I wasn't, suggesting that we make a change. I think we probably will when,
Hmm.
I just was wondering what y'all were doing now. If anybody has good, oh, well, this is how I'm doing it.
No,
And
I'm
we can
just making
share
it work.
information and help one another out.
We just making it work,
Right.
mama. I do like the lesson plan feature though. So I can look for
Yeah,
all
I do
now.
like
Now
that.
that's the part where I can see all my classes at once and I can go through the calendar. Now I do like the lesson plan, but even some of that is like weird showing them on that end. But I mean for the lesson plan, I create my own Canva template. And make me
Right,
a what's the thing? A Padlet. I'll create something with a Padlet. So I wouldn't keep it just for that, or we'll use your template and put it in some folders. So I wouldn't keep it just for that. But I
right,
think,
right.
yeah.
And even Mama Imani, did you see that you could draw on Google Docs? So if they have math homework,
Yeah, I
they
just
Yebo.
can't know how to do
draw
that.
on Google Docs.
Yebo. Asante Sana meant to say
Yes.
something to you for the video that you shared because that's priceless. Absolutely.
I
Yes.
just
Yeah.
never knew how to
Absolutely.
do that. I've seen people do it. I still can't do it. Maybe it's just me. I can't do it. But yeah, that's cool. Yes, excellent. So we will do that. The on the agenda, I'm putting an agenda right now. The first topic in November is to talk about the LMS.
Okay. Okay.
I'm putting that
Wonderful.
on it right now. Okay.
Wonderful. And then you said our uh when we're having our next monthly meeting with the scholars Friday,
Mm-hmm.
this coming up Friday.
No, it's the I'm just so excited about how early we doing stuff. No, the first Friday. So if it's anything y'all want to
First
do or
Friday.
share, so 2 weeks from now. So if there's anything anybody wants to do or share during that power hour, let me
Okay.
know.
Okay. Yeah, I was just checking on that. Okay, 2 weeks. All right, wonderful. Okay, and for me, I forgot to mention science fair. This it was really just something I threw out there. I was like, okay, this might help because I know when I
Oh, I love
uh,
it.
had to do a science fair project. I think when I was teaching Amari and some other scholars, I was like, how do I, it's been so long and, I never really cared for the scientific method.
I
So
love
being
it.
able to have a club to kind of guide the scholars through, and I've had about like 30 or 40 families respond.
Oh
Um,
wow. I love
and
it.
so yeah, we'll be meeting the first and third Tuesdays of the month, 6:30 Eastern time.
Okay.
Um, so
I
we
love
may
it.
change the time, but that's right now the scientist that's working with us. That's the best time for her and for some of the college students that'll be volunteering
I
to
love
mentor
it.
the students.
That's excellent. I put it on our social media and it went out to the community. But I think that's a beautiful idea. absolutely amazing. And I'll be sharing it with a couple of other families too. So I guess you need to decide if you have a cutoff.
Okay, yes, yes. All right. Thank you.
Yeah, because I gave it to my little homeschool best friend. I was like, girl, this is a science club. You might want to do that. So I love it. That's an ingenious idea. I absolutely love it. Excellent.
Your Mama Erica, I had a question about that. Will that be for the rest of the year, or is it just for those two Tuesdays of
It
that
is
month?
the first and third Tuesday of every month, all the way up. It really is for people that are participating in the virtual science fair or in a science fair.
Okay. Okay.
So the virtual science fair is free. And the club is only $10 a month. And I just did the $10 because when we have people coming to volunteer and work with the students, um, they're not us. I don't know them all. So we're doing
Hmm.
background checks just to make sure,
Okay.
to make sure that for the safety standards, and we'll also have two deep leadership. So if we have a breakout room where a mentor goes to work with a student, another adult will be in the room with them. Because I'm opening it up to whoever, I want to make sure we're being safe with the scholars, our children. But it is for anyone participating in the science fair, Amari. The Nobache has a virtual science fair, and then local science fairs are around January. So if they're ready by January, then they can, they'll practice with us and they can actually enter their local science fairs as well. So it's just an opportunity to do that with science and build their portfolios. And the meetings are, like I said, twice a month. Right now it's at 5:30 p.m. Central Time. And I have it till 7, but I mean, I'm thinking maybe 5:30 to 6:30, if that. Um, we will, cover like where they should be and what happens in this stage of the science fair. And we'll cover like our first meeting, we talked about Julian Brown, who invented plastiline, the getting rid of plastic waste, talking about different ways we solve our own problems as African people. So we'll feature scientists and engineers that are solving problems. And then we'll have like 30 minutes for them to, ask specific questions about their science fair project with mentors and things. So that's basically the structure of it.
Okay, thank you.
I
You're
love it.
welcome.
That's amazing. All right. Okay, y'all. Anything else? Awesome. We're getting it done.
That's it.
Okay. But thank y'all so much. Have a great weekend. Please make sure all of those things y'all said y'all want to put in your calabash. That first week of November, don't work too hard. Put those things in your calabash. Take time to rejuvenate, y'all. Those weeks really are a time to rebalance yourself before we jump back into the fold. So please make that promise to yourself. And I will send out the calendar update. We will not meet during that week again. When we a week earlier, right before we go on that Thanksgiving break. I want all the breaks that we're supposed to have. We have them to ourselves. So that's the only other update I have. We'll meet on the 21st instead of the 28th, and then I don't think we need to meet in this. We'll figure out December because there's only 2 week difference. Okay. All right, everyone. Kwaheri, Odabo, Caesar Banana. Have a wonderful weekend, y'all.
Well, hey,
Okay. Go ahead.
Like I say.